Hello family, and welcome to another vlog from Dominguero. In today's video, we are at one of the biggest junkyards in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Today we're not going to show abandoned supercars. Today we're not going to see crashed supercars. Instead, today we're going to be looking at cars that are completely destroyed. They can't be used for anything at all except to be sold as scrap. We're going to investigate how this market works and how to make a profit from it. So without further ado, let's start the video. Welcome to the scrapyard of Dubai. Look at this scene. We have cars here placed any which way, cars propped up on bricks, cars propped up on tires. This is definitely not a regular garage. It looks like this is an abandoned garage. They left them here and won't sell. This is actually one of the oldest garages in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Yeah, and therefore it's an honor to be able to show it to you. Like, there are more than 5,000 cars, and I would say that this is not just one of the biggest, but the biggest one there is. These cars aren't as valuable as those in other garages we've seen, but I still find them interesting. To understand the concept and to understand how you can make a profit from trash, from things that other people don't want, from scrap. In other videos about junkyards, crashed or abandoned cars could be resold for parts. However, they're in the type of junkyard or scrapyard, as I would call it, where we are today, the vast majority of parts can't even be used. Therefore, the vast majority of these cars will probably be crushed and sold as raw material. Here we have a clear example of how they're going to be crushing them. And as always, many thanks to Mr. Azul, who is the one helping me understand the business more and is the one taking care of the business. He has been here for a while, so we're waiting to see what we can do here. What do you think?
There are many places, but the reason I brought you here is because in Dubai it's not all supercars, they have regular cars too.
Exactly, it's not just supercars. You can find gold in ordinary things too. Let's see what business we'll do here and what we find. Let's see what happens.
Let's go.
So, well, let's take a look. Check this out. This could fall on you at any moment. Of course, the safety measures here are definitely not at their best. Don't move it too much or it'll fall on me. Everything here is falling apart. Everything is completely rusted. There's nothing worth it. None of these parts can be used. This is a disaster. Look at this. Basically, this could be used for remodeling, for new projects, to use the chassis and not much else. Normally, these kinds of cars are sold for scrap, sold by the kilo and by weight, because honestly, very few parts of this can be used. It's not only unsalvageable cars that get crushed, supercars with legal issues are also destroyed. And they can't be sold, they can't be recovered. So, in the end, the judge has decided to take them off the map. It's a shame to see these supercars destroyed since they could sell for a much better price. For parts, here we have a clear example of a Ferrari 458 in very good condition. It was destroyed because it couldn't get through a police case and the judge ordered its destruction. Earlier videos showed former millionaires forced to leave their cars behind. However, we also have the case of vehicles seized by the police, which are destroyed like this Ferrari 458 could be. For many garages, it's much more efficient to crush the cars when reselling them and when storing this type of material. Let's see if we find something worthwhile. We've made some friends from Afghanistan. Of course, here you meet people from all over the world. Look at this. It's just... Mother of God. What a mess. If you like chaos, this is the place. Especially if a big blizzard hits. This will fall right on top of you. There's the bumper. Everything is completely here. We're flying through the air. We've got sneakers here. This is literally a dump. A Mustang. Look, we've found a convertible Mustang. Okay, now we're talking. I retract my comment about only old cars being here. Well, obviously it's old, but this is something else. Wow, look at that. Even the little horse is exhausted. It looks more like a donkey now. Okay, well, it's not bad at all, right, family? You can get some juice out of this. Motor 3.8. I'm going to close this one up well and take good care of it because this one can definitely be reused. In fact, we're going to be asking about the price. Even though the inside is falling apart, just smelling the dust gives me heart palpitations. Wow, look at this. There are Hummers here. I made a video about the best trucks, all Hummers. Now they're here, crashed. On the channel, we create various content and have exactly 5 Hummers completely destroyed. They're H2 models. Maybe something's reusable, but they're wrecked. This one's burned, that one's smashed. Still, I'm sure something could be reused. We even have the Hummer's chassis here. Look how long it is. Of course, if you want to build your own Hummer from scratch here, you have the right parts. Look, it's huge. Seeing the whole Hummer is different from just seeing the chassis. In fact, we have the body here, and that will be the chassis. So we have the comparison here. The chassis is much bigger than the body. They're dismantling all the cars here, including those. We have an emergency. There are even ambulances. What do you think? Want to take a look inside? This ambulance is officially from the Dubai government. Government of Dubai. Refurbishing an ambulance would actually be fun. You already know that other YouTubers have even refurbished school buses and turned them into RVs. But this should be an interesting project. Share your thoughts in the comments. It's funny to me that cars are all held up by tires. Then here we have other ambulance parts. Here we have the front part. Here we have those official government tow trucks. Of course, what you can't find here, you won't find anywhere else. But that's not enough. This reminds me of the movie Finding Nemo. Good luck finding the piece you're looking for. Not everything is junk. Some cars are in good shape. We were even filming a video on crashed cars that are still in good condition. They could be repaired and fixed up later, either to resell them or to keep them for yourself. In fact, they were really great cars. So if you want to watch that video, I recommend you go check it out. I'll leave it in the description so you can take a look because those cars are really nice. So anyway, here we have a Citroen H3, which we saw several of in the other vlog, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to restore it so we could use it later. That one is much more wrecked than the others we saw. In the other vlog, we saw damaged cars but less wrecked. Here, only cars that can be restored are brought. But still, this one doesn't look that bad. We've seen things that honestly you won't find anywhere else but on Dominguero's channel. It's just that literally this, it could fall on you at any moment. Here we have several cars of this style. Look what we found. Peugeot, a French brand, is rarely sold in the Emirates of the United States, especially older models. This is a 306. I'm sure 99% of you didn't know my first car was a Peugeot 306. People see me nowadays and think that my first car was a super sports car. Not at all. I started from the bottom with a Peugeot 306 and I was definitely very happy with it. I'm glad to see it here. You may not see many Peugeots in Latin America, but they're common in Europe.
We have a tuned Honda here. The color isn't bad at all and the fuel can be used.
It's in surprisingly good shape, probably the best car here. It's not bad at all. It's missing the seats, but other than that, actually seeing these parts reminds me of the project that Luisito Comunica did. He dismantled his Beetle and used it as a barbecue. You could restore these cars for home decor, turn them into a barbecue, or use them in other creative ways. So it's not just scrap, you can also restore them and use them as decoration. Wow, family, you don't realize how much I risk my life in the vlogs. Let's see. Careful camera, this could fall on me at any moment. We've gone skydiving, we've done a lot of crazy things, and I think if we keep going at this pace, one of these cars might fall on me someday. So please, like this, we're risking our lives. Wow, we even have police cars here. These police officers must have done some rallies they shouldn't have back in the day. They must have chased people they shouldn't have. They must have been chasing a Lamborghini from that era, and this is where they ended up. It's literally in pieces, like they did it on purpose. It's a mess. Everything is falling apart. It even has floor mats in the front. I mean, they could at least take a bit more care of it. How are they going to sell like this? Look at this. Look at the seats. Mother of God, we're not making it out alive. This is quite an adventure, but honestly, it's fun, like coming here. And honestly, I don't mind moving the pieces because this is really a mess. So no matter how much we jump on the cars, they're not going to get ruined, because in the end they're going to be sold by weight, and it doesn't matter if they're wrecked or not. We already have a gas tank here. From something that to get parts and restore a car, it could also be a good place to find parts. We have gas cylinders and everything here. Wow. And literally, we're already here. This is the infrastructure. Although, well, it's true that many of these parts could be reused to make new projects. As a base, it could be interesting. Look at this set design, each stacked and worse than before. Mother of God, you're going to get tetanus here. Look at the inside. Literally, you can't use them for anything. This is paradise. This is like that usual game. I haven't played much Minecraft. Do you use the shovel? And here I would bring a hammer and that's it. Boom. If this were a video game, this feels unreal, seeing so many wrecked cars. It's sad they were in accidents, but they're so old. Knowing they won't be sold or restored, but just scrapped for recycling doesn't feel so bad. In fact, many of these cars are crushed in machines, so if you see me jumping between cars or kicking them, don't worry, because they're going to end up much worse than the way I'm treating them. So that's why I have fun. Although I do feel that there are parts that could be restored, I won't deny it. With some bodywork and paint, this would be fine. But in Dubai, old cars aren't kept, so it's not worth it. Check out this car, it's not straight. If you push it slightly, it falls over. It's supported by wheels, but this one isn't stable. Look at the seat. What do you think about this? Of course, you can also find good pieces here to decorate your house. Would this look good in your living room? It's a shame to see the cars completely wrecked. These could be fire accidents, accidents where they've been flooded or they've just crashed, and on top of that they're open. So with the deterioration, we're in the middle of the desert. These cars end up completely wrecked. These don't even have a steering wheel. Look at that. Therefore, what many of these businesses do is buy these kinds of wrecked cars in large volumes and then resell them by weight. And the more scrap metal, the more you can earn from it. Obviously, this has a transportation cost and a storage cost. To give you an idea, this garage is over 20 years old, so we have many old parts here. If they were current cars, you could resell them for parts. These cars are so old that no one buys or restores them, so they're sold for scrap. Although, well, we do have several bumpers here that could be reused, but honestly, Caro, everything is cut up, it's destroyed. Rusty? Of course, this must also be paradise for many mechanics. Here you can find all the parts you need. Another thing is whether they're in good condition. And well, family. That's all for today's vlog. This place has truly been a scrap paradise. It's been a pleasure showing you these gems. It's something different from supercars or crashed luxury cars. As shown in past vlogs, you know I like to show everything on my channel, not just luxury but also the less glamorous side. You can learn from everything. Playing in this junkyard garage has been a lot of fun. Tell me in the comments if you want part 2. If this video gets 20,000 likes, we'll make it. I'm sure we can visit even more interesting garages. If you're not subscribed, go hit the subscribe button and bell icon now. We'll be uploading many more vlogs about this in the future, which I'm sure you don't want to miss. So now I'll say goodbye and I'll see you in the next vlog. In just 2 days. See you soon, family.